When we think of broadband access, we focus on the effort and technology it takes to get broadband to the customer's home. We take great pride in the technological advances we made and the speeds we can therefore offer. And rightly so. Recent developments are nothing short of marvelous. But that is not where the internet is really happening. My name is Mirko Linder. I'm a product manager at ADTRAN, and I want to talk to you about what makes a great broadband customer experience. When we think of our own consumption, we don't think about the fiber connection outside our homes. No. We think about reading the news or simply browsing. We think of consuming video content or playing video games, and more recently, we think of countless hours we spend on video conferences. In other words, the consumer demands live downstream from broadband access. Therefore, to stay relevant and make a difference in consumers' lives, we must broaden our scope and extend our offering. We must transition from measuring service in upload and download values to the speed websites load in, the in-game latency, and the picture and audio quality in video conferences. It all starts by accepting that today broadband access and internet are synonymous with Wi-Fi. The Oxford Dictionary describes a utility as the state of being useful, profitable, or beneficial. In other words, it's a tool that, as long as it's working properly, allows you to perform other tasks that you consider a basic necessity. In this environment, users rely on solid Wi-Fi more than ever to work and conduct school from home, in addition to using it for entertainment and streaming video content. As Wi-Fi has transitioned to a utility, we need to think about it that way. Consider another basic utility, electricity, and what you expect from it. It needs to be always on, and when it isn't, you're probably upset and maybe even start to panic. It is seemingly unlimited. Yeah, it's a 200 ampere service, but for all practical purposes, you never really run into this limit. Since Wi-Fi has become a utility, the expectations from consumers are largely the same. First of all, it needs to be always on. Second, it needs to be seemingly unlimited in both bandwidth and data. And thirdly, it needs to work all throughout the home, and it needs to be very simple to use. We also need to consider that most consumers now think of Wi-Fi as the internet, and they have integrated it into almost every aspect of their life. If you don't believe me that Wi-Fi is the most essential utility in your home right now, try and unplug your router this evening and see how long it takes for your kids or your partner to come out screaming. I can tell you in my house it takes less than 30 seconds, because this is how we bring them to the dinner table or get any chores done. However, this change is bigger than just a definition of internet or consumer behavior. Internet service providers have been selling the triple play bundle for as long as I can remember. Service providers love the triple play service because average churn rates are as low as 13 to 15%. However, as you know, voice and video have been declining at a rapid pace, while the crown jewel, broadband, has been growing at a rapid rate as more and more traditional services move online and new online-first services are born. With this change in behavior, customers are looking for a new type of broadband subscription. Their needs have changed, our needs have changed, but does that mean the bundle is dead? No, the bundle is simply reforming itself, and it's reforming itself around the broadband service. Our hypothesis is, if you can replace video and voice with different new services that complement your broadband offering, you could enjoy the same low 13 to 15% churn rates that we see with traditional triple play offerings. Broadband becomes the centerpiece of your new bundle and the reason for customers to buy it in the first place, while services like managed Wi-Fi and parental control make the whole proposition sticky. Cable providers have done something very similar. Over the past few years, they have added cloud-based services to the linear TV channels. Some added a DVR service, others video on demand. Regardless, they deliver new services to increase stickiness and also charge an additional $10 a month. We took the same concept and said, let's build more services around broadband. So again, the point here is that these additional services are creating stickiness with the customer, and we are seeing churn rates that really look like triple play churn rates used to. Amazing things can happen when you enable users with state-of-the-art technology that is easy to use. It will delight your subscribers and radically transform your business. Leveraging our Mosaic suite Networks are constantly optimized to maintain the highest level of performance, autonomously fix network issues, all while allowing your subscribers to customize their network in completely new ways. At the same time, these networks become an augmentation to your customer service team by constantly monitoring subscriber behavior and putting new revenue-generating services at your fingertips. With the in-home network running on autopilot, your staff can focus on exceptional customer service and the next big thing that will drive growth.
With traditional Wi-Fi, customers only see this. Yeah, no clarity on how to manage, control, or fix it. And a narrow view for them is a blind spot for you. That's why we created the world's first software-defined network that partners with ISPs to fulfill the promise of a connected home. It's all made possible on the Plume app, where your customers can see, manage, and control Wi-Fi in the palm of their hand. Much better, right? For Wi-Fi users, the Plume app delivers customized device-level user access with assigned profiles per device, intelligent protection against threats, automatic ad blocking, whole home motion awareness, total network activity views, and advanced access controls with predefined filters and more. But you see, the app wasn't just built for them. You're able to customize with your own branding. And when it's time to roll out to your customers, the app is available in 7 different languages. With a technician-free setup, it's a scalable DIY solution for customers to be up and running in minutes. That means reduced truck rolls and call times for you, and an easy install for them. Now, Wi-Fi can look less like this, and way more like this. Visit plume.com to see how network visibility is just the start.
The subscriber experience starts by downloading an app that will guide the entire installation process. Users have grown more and more comfortable with this process, and most consumer electronic products these days follow a similar logic. This is a highly intuitive process in which you really only need to give them one instruction, which is download the app, and 90% of consumers can complete it without any additional assistance. Not only can this be a substantial cost reduction for the service provider, it's also an added convenience for the user, as they can set up their service on their own time and do not have to interrupt any other activity in their home for a technician visit. This is probably more important now than ever because of COVID-19. Service providers are trying to be health conscious with their customers and reduce physical interaction with them as much as possible. I realize that not every install can be a self-install by the end user, but service providers should set aggressive goals for allowing users to do so more and more and install services on their own time. After the initial installation, the app can evolve into a tool that the user can leverage to manage their home network and control the internet usage for their entire family. It is also something that they will likely interface with first when they have an issue with their network and will attempt to resolve themselves before calling for your help. They can personalize their network by creating profiles for each of their family members, which you can then assign devices to and apply specific settings that manage their internet access. On the slide, you can actually see some screenshots from the application where you can see an account being set up for the 12-year-old daughter of one of my colleagues. He also put in place safeguards to make sure he doesn't have to worry about her surfing the internet. You can also see a list of all security and content filter events that have happened at his house, and you can manually whitelist or blacklist specific sites to prevent or allow access. The pause button is a parent's favorite part of the entire app. By hitting that button, you can pause all internet access for anyone in the home, and we found that chores get done so much faster when the internet is not a potential distraction. Managing the network can be a complex task, but our goal across many of our products is to simplify it. There are really 3 key benefits that we strive to provide with this solution. Reduce the cost of managing the network and subscribers via the use of software and automation, and enable service providers to focus on their brand and exceptional customer service. As a triple Play Bundle transforms, we want to make sure we provide them with new paths to revenue and accelerate new service delivery. And we found as we leverage these techniques, we can substantially improve their customers' satisfaction at the same time.
So we started at the end of July, 1st of August, and it exceeded all of our expectations in the growth. So we used it and bundled it with our internet product. So we made a decision that we would only sell internet to new customers that included Plume. So if you didn't want Plume, you paid the same price. So we bundled that into one package, and the take rate was absolutely phenomenal. And we actually had to hold off on marketing to old customers until we could get our inventory of pods up. So now we're going in way far exceeding expectations. We actually, when we financially modeled, we thought we would need about 2.5 pods per home. We're actually putting in about 1.8. So we're able to cover the average home with 2 pods or less.
We have worked closely with our customers to understand the impact that the Mosaic suite has had on their network, and these are the average results that we've been able to collect across a broad base of subscribers and different customer sizes. The cost savings that they begin to see by implementing this capability is substantial. With adaptive Wi-Fi techniques always running in the background, along with a self-service portal for the end users, calls into support begin to drop dramatically along with associated truck rolls. They also begin to see for the remaining support calls the call times effectively cut in half and first call resolution percentages increase sharply. And over a longer time window, they begin to see significant reductions in their customer churn rate and increases in their customer satisfaction surveys. As an added benefit, most of our customers have figured out how they can get some incremental revenue from the customers who adopt the premium Wi-Fi service by either selling them the service or bundling premium Wi-Fi with a higher speed service package and collecting additional recurring revenue. In many cases, they've been able to turn their support team into some of their most productive salespeople by turning legacy Wi-Fi trouble calls into an opportunity for a premium Wi-Fi upsell.
Since we've launched Plume, we've seen exceptional results in take rate. Initially, there was about a 45% take rate on new installs. Now we're up to about 60% of our new internet customers are taking Plume. So we're extremely happy with that. The revenue is great. We've just started marketing to our existing customer base, and we're seeing about 50% of our installs are coming from existing customers now adding Plume to their existing service. So we couldn't be more happy with what it's doing from new installs as well as upgrading existing customers.
At the end of the day, decisions always come down to dollars and cents and the return on investment. So to help articulate the value, I've used data from the previous slide that we collected from our customer base and calculated the savings for a 10,000 line network. Over a 2-year period, our data shows that the Mosaic subscriber suite can save the customer over $750,000 based on all of the metrics that we discussed in the previous slide. This adds up to almost $3 million over a 5-year window. Every customer with this solution also adds additional revenue to the top line. The bottom line is an ARPU increase of $10 a month for each and every subscriber. The solution breaks even in month 12, and this is significantly faster than the ROI on most infrastructure investments service providers make. But this is not all. In the near future, you're going to be able to leverage the mobile app also as a tool to communicate with your customers in real time. Amazon does this every day already, providing shipping updates and delivery notifications. You can provide your customers with feedback regarding how they can improve their home network and communicate with them proactively regarding service outages and resolution timelines. In addition, you can begin to use the app to communicate the availability of new services or be able to use the intelligence to recommend a higher service tier to customers who are likely to get the most benefit. What better way is there to get the adoption of these services than putting it at the subscriber's fingertips? get feedback and improve engagement with your subscribers as well by getting them to rate their service and tell you how to improve. We also have a new family of cloud-enabled home Wi-Fi devices that we're making available next quarter. These devices include PON gateways with Wi-Fi 6 and options for both GPON and XGS-PON. These will be the first integrated PON gateway devices on the market that natively integrate Plume's OpenSync, which enables adaptive Wi-Fi and use of their advanced subscriber and support tools. We have also invested a lot of time and money into the Wi-Fi front-end design so that these devices will have a better range and receive sensitivity than competitive devices in the market. And they also include tri-band support, so you can dedicate radios for mesh backhaul and provide higher speeds throughout the home. We're also really excited about our new and very sleek industrial design that puts it in a category with the most premium consumer electronic devices and allows for very prominent placement in the home and resulting better Wi-Fi coverage. So as we come to a close, I want to encourage each of you to use this challenging time as a catalyst for change and transform the way you engage with your customers. By making sure you are delivering a rock-solid Wi-Fi solution, empowering your subscribers to do more and personalize their experience, and enabling your support team to provide exceptional customer service, you can dramatically reduce your operational expenses, increase your top line, and improve your subscriber satisfaction all at the same time. I truly believe that these three pillars are what will enable you to fend off competitive threats and grow your business for many years to come. With that, I want to thank you very much for your time and attention today, and hope that we'll get a chance in the very near future to exchange thoughts on everything you've heard today.
Hi, this is Justin Wolf. I'm ADTRAN's Senior Product Line Manager for our residential network management software. I'd like to introduce you to our Mosaic subscriber suite. This suite includes Mosaic Customer Experience powered by Plume, Subscriber Insight, Device Manager, and Home Analytics. We built ADTRAN's Mosaic subscriber suite to increase customer satisfaction, improve revenue opportunities, and reduce support costs. The result is a powerful toolset to optimize your business. Let's get started with Mosaic Customer Experience, or MCE. Built on Plume's OpenSync mesh technology and cloud tools, MCE provides powerful tools for solving the in-home Wi-Fi networking problem. MCE also provides easy-to-use self-care tools, enabling your subscribers to understand and resolve issues without needing to call you. Using Plume Central, your customer care team can quickly understand what's going on in the subscriber's home network. Plume Central provides tools to perform basic configuration and diagnostics, and more powerful displays like QoE and timelines that show the performance of the mesh network over time. In Plume NOC, all of these tools are ramped up to the next level, providing detailed technical displays and access to advanced settings to solve more complex residential networking issues. For example, by reviewing historic band and client steering events, technicians are able to quickly home in on devices suffering from network interruptions and modify the Plume algorithms to improve the overall service experience. Coming in late 2020 and early 2021, ADTRAN will release gateways with Plume technology built in. This provides the maximum value for the minimum cost by combining an ONT, gateway, and mesh controller into a single box if desired. Mosaic Subscriber Insight, MSI, correlates data from your billing system with data from your access network. and provides a number of very powerful tools. For NOC staff and call center managers, MSI allows you to instantly see where the problem is through a variety of displays and reports. You can see information about how your customers are using their subscription packages, learn the locations of the most bandwidth consumption on a map, and identify where you're losing money through misconfigurations and neglected upsell opportunities. Focus your staff and improve your bottom line. Within 10 seconds of answering a call, care representatives can be examining extensive information about the subscriber's service. Not only does MSI show bandwidth and PON light levels, but it also shows which services are being consumed on a second-by-second basis in real time. With links to Mosaic Device Manager and Plume, MSI offers an easy jumping-off point to reconfiguring your subscriber's home network within seconds. Additional details for network and field technicians provide everything they need to understand the problem in one place, removing the burden of logging into multiple systems. Let's take a look at some of these features in the product itself, and start by using MSI as a customer representative would. Let's say Aaron Suarez just called in and is complaining of intermittent service and slow speeds. We'll type in her name and click on her account to confirm we're looking at the correct record. Next, we dive into the details for her service and notice right away that the OLT light levels are in a red and amber state, indicating that this probably needs to be escalated or dispatched immediately. However, before doing that, the representative can also check historical light levels to see if this is a recent event. Here we see that the OLT receive power has been struggling for several days, confirming the issue. Finally, the representative can also check on Plume performance and historical usage as needed to fully diagnose the issues with the subscriber instead of just rolling a truck for one issue when several things might need to be taken care of. Here we see bandwidth usage dropped off dramatically about a week ago, and by jumping over to the instant graphs, we see that Netflix is streaming at 4 megabits, indicating that only SD service is being experienced. Mosaic Device Manager, MDM, is ADTRAN's TR069 ACS and has been helping service providers manage residential networks for over a decade. A key feature of MDM is its ability to work with over 1,300 different model and firmware combinations. Of course, MDM has all the tools you'd expect from an ACS to execute bulk operations, run reports, and manage firmware. The ACS is used by care representatives primarily to configure device parameters, most often related to Wi-Fi. For network engineers and managers, the ACS is generally used to run reports and execute bulk operations. Let's search for a customer and take a look at their Wi-Fi configuration. To do this, we simply type in our query and click on the result. Then we click on Wi-Fi and can either tell the subscriber what their current passphrase is or set it to something new. Once the value is saved to the device, service is restored to the customer. Now we can take a look at report building. Making reports in MDM is as simple as dragging and dropping the values you want to check, configuring the query, and exporting it to either CSV or JSON files. This same report can also be used to create bulk operations. In this scenario, let's say we want to reboot all these devices. To do this, just select the reboot action and save the bulk operation. At the prescribed time, these devices will be rebooted automatically. Mosaic Home Analytics, MHA, is an advanced troubleshooting tool for residential networks. Though it has several tools to help diagnose Wi-Fi issues, it also displays data on WAN performance, CPE physical status, and bandwidth consumption on a per-LAN device basis. MHA analyzes the data from the home network and displays easy-to-understand corrective actions right on the summary screen. MHA uses this information to automatically optimize the Wi-Fi channel on the gateway. MHA has a subscriber application for self-care which allows subscribers to see what's happening with their network, block and unblock Wi-Fi clients, or change the Wi-Fi channel. There are several utilities in MHA to zero in on issues within your subscriber population. The uptime report lists the CPE with the lowest average uptime, typically indicating issues with frequently rebooting devices. The QoE report is an easy-to-configure interface enabling ad hoc queries in support of proactive customer care processes, such as reaching out to customers with the lowest Wi-Fi performance. Of course, MHA also provides extensive telemetry about an individual home, including bandwidth reporting, Wi-Fi environment and performance, WAN performance, and physical status. Having access to all this information remotely with 5-minute data resolution and over 30 days of retention allows CSRs and engineers to troubleshoot most common issues without needing to send someone on site. Thank you for watching this video on ADTRAN's Mosaic Subscriber Suite. You can get more information on these products at adtran.com/MSS or by contacting your account manager.